Hey, what's up, good people? This is McCalister, LPC. I'm a licensed professional counselor, a therapist, and clinical director at Amazing Skills Counseling. Also, I work real close with Skills on Wheels, or SOUL, which is a nonprofit organization and mobile clinic, mental health clinic that provides no-cost mental health assistance to the community. But today, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about a couple of strategies on how to manage stress. We're going to be talking about some mindfulness activities, something that's real simple that you can do in a quiet place at home or even in your natural environment, whether at work or even at your car on a lunch break. But I just want to discuss a little bit about easy, simple ways to kind of manage your stress through mindfulness, or even grounding is another term that can be used. So when we're talking about stress, what we're really talking about is pretty much that mental or emotional strain or tension that usually results from some type of demanding circumstance. It's actually a natural way, a natural response to any challenges or threats that we have in our life. And it can actually manifest in a lot of different ways. Some of the more common ways is physically, whether it's through headaches or sweating, your heart rate moving at a faster rate, as well as muscle tension. Also, it can manifest in our emotional well-being, whether we're talking about irritability, depression, anxiety, or nervousness. Also, another way that stress can manifest in our lives is through our behaviors. So whether it's a lack of concentration, difficulty concentrating, or even with our eating and sleeping patterns. So all in all, stress can be caused by work-related stressors, relationship conflicts, even financial difficulties, or even just, life events, major life events. Unfortunately, bad things happen. So what I want to talk about is 3 ways that we can manage our stress real easy and simply through mindfulness. Mindfulness is a way to kind of relax, bring yourself into the here and now, and kind of distract yourselves from some of those stressful thoughts that kind of creep in and keep us distracted from functioning at our best. So one thing to keep in mind is through all 3 of these activities, breathing is very important. And one of the important things to remember is deep breathing controls a lot of the physical symptoms that we talked about. So breathing helps control our heart rate, it helps control our blood pressure, and it allows us to relax physically so then we can relax mentally and emotionally as well. So breathing is very important. We're talking about taking deep breaths through our nose, maybe for about 2 or 3 seconds, holding it, and breathing out through our mouths. If we can remember that type of breathing, in our nose, out our mouths, through all 3 activities or exercises that I show you, it's very important and helpful. The first mindfulness or grounding activity that I want to talk about is going to be a full body scan. Also, it can be termed as muscle relaxation or progressive muscle relaxation. What we're going to do is start at our head and work our way through our body, down through most of our major muscles, and just make sure that we're relaxed. Just scan our body. So we can either tense and relax or just relax as we go through our body parts. So we want to start at our head. And the first thing we want to do is it's okay to get rid of any of those anxious thoughts that we may have. So let them go even for a moment just to do our exercise. So we want to kind of picture those thoughts disappearing, flying off, floating off. So we go from our head down to our neck. And remember, we can either tense and relax or just make sure that we're relaxed. So from our neck down to our shoulders, we go to our chest, our back, down to our abdomen, thighs and legs, knees, ankles, feet. And then what we want to do is do the same thing back up, whether we're tensing and releasing or just relaxing. So from our feet all the way back up to our head again. And by the time we get back to our head, we may notice that we have less stress than we were dealing with before the exercise. So that's our first exercise. The second activity or grounding exercise that we're going to do is to explore our 5 senses. And there's 2 different ways we can do it. We can either visualize a great, wonderful place, whether it's a vacation spot or just some place that makes us feel great, an island, something that has beauty that we can look at and use our senses to explore. Or it can be just our regular work environment, whether we're in our car on a lunch break or at our desk. We can use these activities whether we're sitting, standing, or laying down. So what we want to do is explore our five senses. So with sight, whether it's the place that we envision or our natural environment, think about the sights, the things that are visual, whether they're in the distance, whether they're close up. Is it nature? Is it trees? If we're in our natural environment, is it our phone? Is it our laptop? There's many different things that you can see. And then we're going to go to the sense of smell. If we're in our envisioned scene, then we're thinking about nature. Maybe we smell the trees, the ocean, animals. If we're in a farm or a certain scene that has nature and animals. If we're in our natural environment, what do we smell? Do we smell food that's cooking? Do we smell what we had for lunch or what we're going to have for dinner? The cologne we have on, the perfume of a significant other that we may have hugged that day. So we're going over our smells, whether in our envisioned environment or our natural environment. Then taste. In our envisioned environment, what drink do we have? What kind of food is common to that area? The same with our natural environment. If we're at work at our desk, are we eating a piece of gum? Do we have some Skittles stashed away at our desk? What is the taste? What are we drinking while we're at work? Is it some Coke? Is it a juice? Water? Think about the different tastes. And then we go to what we hear. Do we hear the ocean? Do we hear animals, birds chirping? Can we hear cars? If we're at work, can we hear chatter in the break room? Can we hear the tick of a clock? Kind of go through all the different sounds. And then lastly will be our sense of touch. Can we feel the sand in our hands or under our feet in our visualized environment? Can we feel our jeans, the denim in our jeans, the wood on our desk, how our phones feel, a stapler. Think of all the things that you can feel and touch, the stack of papers on your desk. So as we go through those, we may realize as we go through our five senses that we've come to a sense of relaxation and probably were able to relieve some of the stress that we were dealing with. The third and final activity, last but not least, is one that's even simpler than the first two. This one is pretty much just based on categories. So what you're going to do is just find an interesting category. Sports teams, different types of cereal, different types of cars, and just name as many as you can in all of those categories when you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling nervous, and you'll probably find yourself, the more you go through it, that you'll be relaxed. So with cars, for instance, you may go, hey, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Mercedes, Buick Regal, a Buick, excuse me, whatever it may be. And another category, cereals, Captain Crunch, Frosted Flakes. So as you go through all these different categories, sports stars or sports, all different animals, you'll find yourself probably, what you're doing is distracting yourself from the stress that you're dealing with, and you'll find yourself feeling more at ease and probably more functional and able to kind of handle the duties that were stressing you out to begin with. So with those three activities, they're pretty simple. Remember, the breathing aspect is very important as you go through these, but these just are a couple of exercises that hopefully can help you out, help you make it through your day. Stress is something that's common that we all deal with. So hopefully you can take these and use it to benefit your daily lives. So I really appreciate you joining me today, and hopefully see you soon. Have a great day.